Early one winter morning on the Arlesdale Railway, Rex and Bert were at the sheds. The small controller arrived on Frank and had to tell them their jobs for the day. Bert was getting ready to leave as the small controller assigned Rex his job.
Now, Rex, I want you to go to the shunting yard and arrange the trucks and hoppers into their proper places. That shunting yard is in an appalling mess.
Yes, sir.
Have fun.
Bert laughed and then left. Rex was not very happy. He set off for the shunting yard, miserably. Soon he arrived at the shunting yards near the small controller's office. Rex was shunting the trucks when he heard talking. He stopped what he was doing and looked over. The small controller walked out of his office and looked down the line.
I wonder what he could be waiting for.
Just then, two little black diesels came down the line. They stopped shortly in front of the small controller.
Hello.
They said together in unison.
We're the Blisters and we've come to help.
That's right.
Please don't do that.
The small controller looked over at Rex, who was watching from behind a long line of trucks.
Rex, could you come here for a moment?
Oh, yes, sir. Right away, sir.
These are, Blisters, and they'll be here to help out on our railway. I just bought them.
Just then, Jock puffed up.
Hello, I'm Jock. Why are you called Blisters?
Why are you called Jock?
Well, when I first came out for testing, I was still unnamed. My paint color reminded Douglas of his days in the Highland Railway, and suggested the name Jock. Small controller and I liked the name, so it stuck.
We never had real names, so we were called the Blisters because of our 2-cylinder, 12-horsepower Lister engines, and the B part at the beginning comes from our style of cab called Blackstone RM2.
Interesting. Well, I hope that you can go help Rex with the trucks. Sigurd should be back with the new supplies soon.
He went back into his office as Rex introduced himself to the twins.
Hello, I'm Rex. This is the Arlesdale Railway. There are 5 other engines that live and work here too. Mike, Bert, Jock, Frank, and Sigrid. Now you two can join us. But first, join me in the shunting yards.
The Blister twins loved shunting. They thought it was easy.
Thank you, Rex. This is very fun.
Hey, Rex, catch!
The 3 engines laughed as they continued to shunt.
Oh dear, look at what the time is already.
What time is it?
It's nearly tea time. Come on, I'll show you to our sheds, so you can meet the others.
Soon the 3 engines came back to the sheds. Mike, Jock and Frank were there.
Oh, I don't know where the Blister twins will stay tonight. Do any of you know?
Sorry, can't help you there.
Oh, we'll have to go to the small controller, and he can help.
Rex arrived at the station and saw the small controller standing there.
Hello, sir. Where will the twins be staying? There's no room for them in our shed.
Ha, I'm glad you asked. I'm waiting for the supplies from the Scarloy Railway so we can build a shed for the new engines.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, those supplies won't be here for a few days. So for the time being, you two will have to stay in the goods shed at Farquhar Road.
Oh, that's no problem, sir. It's still better than the last place we stayed.
It was outside, on the siding, in the cold.
How awful! No engine should be left in the cold, especially diesel engines.
Our owner wasn't exactly the nicest man around.
One time, my fuel pipe was frozen over and I couldn't take my goods train in time.
He was abusive and constantly angry.
It's true, he would yell at us for being late even if it were by a mere 2 minutes.
Well, you're here now, and I would never do that to any of my engines, not even those who act up. Anyway, you all better get to the sheds. I hear a snowstorm is meant to hit tonight. I don't want any of you getting stuck out there in that weather.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir!
The small controller was right. That night, the wind blew furiously, and snow fell. The next morning, the engines looked out of the sheds, but Rex was worried.
Oh dear. I hope the blisters are okay.
Oh, I'm sure they are, Rex. They were in a shed last night.
Just then, the small controller arrived.
Mike, I want you to take some hoppers to the quarry. The blisters are shunting them for you. Now, be on your way and be careful.
Yes, sir.
When Mike arrived in the yard, the twins were having fun with the hoppers.
Alright, catch this one.
Got it! Will you two hurry up and finish shunting my train? The sooner I'm done, the sooner I can be sitting in a nice and warm shed. We were only having a bit of fun, Mike. Having fun leads to delay, and I don't have time to be delayed in this blistering cold.
Soon the blisters had finished shunting the train, and Mike set off with a huff. Mike raced along at a tremendous rate, trying to make up for lost time, which, unknown to him, wasn't very much time at all. As he was approaching the canal, Mike saw a small snowdrift on the line.
Faster, driver! Faster! I can plow through it. I mustn't be late.
But Mike, we're not late.
Faster!
But as Mike got closer to the snowdrift, he noticed it was a lot bigger than he had first thought. His driver applied the brakes, but all Mike could do was slide along the icy track. Mike hit the snowdrift hard with a loud crash. He was lifted off the tracks and slid down the embankment towards the canal. He closed his eyes and waited for the inevitable crash. Suddenly he felt his wheels stop. He opened his eyes and looked around. He was dangling off the edge of the pier.
Help! 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 Oh, oh, help! Help!
Further up the line, the twins were shunting some wool vans into the sidings when they heard something.
Is that Jock?
Too high of a whistle to be Jock. It must be Mike. Come on, let's go see what's wrong.
The two little diesel engines scampered off to find Mike. They didn't have to go far until they found overturned hoppers, a small red tender, and Mike, hanging off the edge of the pier as his driver was feeling him all over to see if he was hurt.
Whoa, what happened here?
Oh, it's you two. Hurry, please! Okay, you stay here and look after Mike.
And with that, Blister 2 raced away to find help. He soon returned with Butch and the small controller.
Mike, are you okay?
I've been better.
How did this happen?
Well, sir, I was going a bit fast and hit a snowdrift and slid down the hill. It was actually kind of impressive when you stop to think about it.
Why were you going so fast?
I thought I was late, so I was hurrying.
I see. Well, Mike, you got to remember it's better to do the job safely instead of quickly.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Right. Well, let's get you to the works. Batch.
Already on it, sir.
Butch winched Mike off of the pier and onto the flatbed. As he did, Mike spoke to the twins.
I'm sorry for being so rude to you two. I hope you can forgive me.
Of course we can.
Besides, we're not ones to hold a grudge, especially with family.
Soon Mike was on the flatbed and was taken to the yard, where he was lowered onto a rail flatbed and was taken to the works.
Oh, hello there, Mike. What happened to you?
It's a long story.
Well, we have the time.
About a week later, Mike arrived back at the Arlesdale Railway, fully repaired.
Aye, little ones, I've got some things for ye.
Hey guys, look, Mike's back.
Well, it's about time.
Welcome home, Mike.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be home.
Then Jock noticed something.
Douglas, what's in the rest of those trucks?
Ah, the supplies for the new...
Our shed!
Yes, that.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You guys deserve it after how helpful you were rescuing me. Thank you very much.
It was no problem at all, just being really useful.
And you two were really useful. Now, let's get Mike off that flatbed and get back to work. That shed isn't going to build itself.
And with that, the engines puffed quickly back to work, happy to be, once again, a happy family.